This is the absolute meta SMG to be using right now, and I got one of the best builds for it. So out of every build in the game, this is going to have the fastest TTK while still having no recoil and a whole lot of mobility. You want to fry the enemies? This is the build for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I got two different builds. We got the 5 attachment and the 8 attachment, both viable in multiplayer and Warzone. This thing is so good, but it's not that good up close. It actually has one of the slowest TTKs up close to where you're going to be losing every gunfight. But if we go over to the fire mods and we add the rapid fire, it's going to increase that rate of fire by 12%, bringing the RPM up to 1200. There is not a single SMG in the game that has a faster fire rate or even gun in the game. But now the bow velocity is going to be horrible, but we are going to be using attachments to mitigate those cons, and this damage range nerf isn't going to really impact you because we're going to have already so much damage range. Like, this thing is the best SMG to be using at long range, and so now we just made it so much better up close. If you guys don't like the rapid fire, I will give you a variation. You can kind of add the overpressured recoil springs or just not even use a fire mod if you want to use the 5 attachments. But since we do need to bring up that damage range now, we are going to be adding the reinforce. That is one downside of this build, is that it's so much better up close, but it's not going to be as good as it once was at long range. Usually you would just add the long barrel because our bow velocity was 500, but now it's 450, so we have to use the reinforced barrel, but it is going to make have a better bow velocity than the other meta build would. For the next attachment, we do need to increase that recoil control. You can't really get away with the suppressor now like you can, but it just kind of shakes her out a little bit to where just in general, I always still recommend the compensator on the gun. And so if you're using rapid fire, you have to use the compensator, which this thing has a lot of gun kick, and so this can eliminate all that gun kick as well as adding a 35% increase for that vertical recoil control. Still gonna be a pretty decent amount of side-to-side bounce, but let me show you guys real quick that as long as you hit that first shot and you're strafing in the gunfight, you should be perfectly fine. Yeah, it's just really kicking, but a lot easier to use than it was before. So we're going to go over to the underbarrel. We are going to be adding the vertical foregrip, adding a 35% increase for the horizontal recoil control and 6% more for that recoil gun kick. And the iron sights are super usable, which is one reason why you see a lot of people using it. That was up to 25 meters, which is a pretty average gunfight for an SMG, or like a farther than usual. But then we just we have that no recoil, but then we're so much better up close. Like the rapid fire, honestly, I think it's perfectly, I think it's meant to be used in multiplayer. Warzone, not so much, but people are going to be kind of shocked how fast you kill them. For the last attachment on the 5 attachment build, we are going to be adding the Extendo Mag 1, increasing that mag size by about 7. Not too much, and I try to get away with like the Extended Mag 2, which you can. There is a build out there for that, but you are going to do a lot better if you just use the Extended Mag. And I wish the Fast Mag didn't lower the ammo size. You'd see a lot of people actually using it, and I think it would be more viable than the extended. But since they didn't make the fast mag is good in this game, you're just going to want to use this. Take a screenshot of this 5 attachment build. Do you want everything in Call of Duty without having to play the game? Then you should check out my long-term sponsor, Guapsi. Guapsi is a team of real players that will load onto your account to legitimately grind anything that you wish. And this goes for all the recent Call of Duties and many other games. They will even get you iridescent so you can flex all the cool rewards. Seriously, there's no risk involved because they don't use an unlocked tool. They legitimately play in your account. And I've been with them for a long time and haven't seen a single negative review. And so if you want to save your time and energy, check out guapsi.com. For the gunfighter build, we are going to go over to the rear grip now, and you can take advantage of the ergonomic stock, increasing that die to fire, that slide to fire, the ADS speed. And again, since the TTK still isn't crazy up close, the ergonomic really does help out the weapon. It just cuts down on all those delays. And overall, I do recommend you guys to use the gunfighter whenever you do rock the rapid fire, just because you have to use certain attachments to bring up those cons, and you're using an extra attachment on that fire mod. Next up, we are going to be going over to the stock, and I recommend you guys to add the no stock. So one thing that I've been talking about recently in the videos is that the no stock really good for shouldering corners, and the enemies just have a really hard time hitting you. And then up close, if you need to hip fire, you can just move around pretty fast. And so I've been really enjoying that no stock, and with the rapid fire, since you're already going to be so close in the enemy's face, it just works out perfectly, and you guys should be able to get a lot of nukes or Warzone wins. Like, bro, this thing is so simple. And since the iron sights are good, we actually can get away with using now the Strelok laser, increasing the hip fire to ADS accuracy, so it actually feels like you have a faster ADS speed. This is going to be my favorite gunfighter, LADRA. And if you just want a more consistent build, add the overpressured rounds and then add the long barrel. And so that's going to be good. Oh, and then another good 5 attachment one is going to be right here. This is more so in line with like a meta build. It's just the rapid fire. People don't realize how good the rapid fire is. And also people don't really realize how good the Grekova is with the weighted stock. I got a extremely fast nuke, and with the weighted stock, it just made things so much easier. Here's my perks and everything, and let's get into the gameplay. Okay, these players, Every single one of them is using a sniper. I don't know why, but they're all rocking snipers and they're all annoying and they're sitting back and they don't move around with them. Bro, sniper players are the scariest because you'll typically always kill them. But when you're on a streak, they are going to kill you off the streak. They're going to snipe you across the map, especially when you have an SMG in your hand and they're off spawn like that, laying down immediately. Brother, you're not going to make it anywhere in life if you rock that. Also, I got word that there's a Argentinian challenger player.
Instead of the whole fighting and shooting thing.
And I hope he makes it to the lead so he can continue my Argentine bloodline. Okay, not my bloodline. Actually, yeah. Fuck it. My bloodline. In the Call of Duty scene. What are we doing, brothers? Okay, these guys are pissing me off. There's like one person that's playing pretty aggressive, which I love. It just is kind of like I can't find anybody else, and he just slides out of nowhere. And I already know he's pissed off by his team because his team's not really moving too much. I'm stuck. I thought you died yesterday. See, bro, the TTK of this thing up close is not that good. This dude's going around town. My teammate's got an advanced UAV. Bro, he's going insane right now with the AMAX, the best gun in the game. Like, this gun's good, but then it's like, if the AMAX has just as much mobility, why would you use any other gun over the AMAX? But you know what? We're about to get this gunship. We're gonna keep this streak going. We should be able to. I think my teammate's gonna get a nuke, but I hope if he gets it before me, I hope he doesn't call it in before me. When do we get orange slices? He said. Bro, sometimes they like, I miss and they die by this thing, and then there's times where I hit them directly and they survive it. I don't understand. That's how you use a war machine, brothers. I can't. Like, I genuinely, I know I could like win it, but they have a sniper. Okay, they're all gone. We still have the harp going somehow. We're lagging a little bit. The game's trying to nerf us. I don't know how I hit that shot, bro. The bullets have to be fat with this thing, right? No way they're not fat. Maybe if you guys move, drop a little slide cancel here and there, might be able to get out of your spawn. Did I hit his? I didn't even hit the shot with that. That's the nuke, bro. That was a fluid ass nuke, and we still have a harp up. I don't understand. The games I was getting before this, the amount of match prestiges I've ran into today is crazy. Like, I recorded a Krig video before this, got the nuke first try, and then just ran into the most match prestigious I've ever seen for the past 6 games. But then we finally got some people who are sweating their balls off. I want to keep on going until we die off the streak. You know what's crazy is that the dreadnought's still broken. And that was my first perma unlock on this account, was the dreadnought. And after you use the dreadnought, you can't like stand back up, or you get like stuck in a. That was unlucky. That was very unlucky. But you know what? It was meant to be. I'm gonna call him my chopper gunner. Let's see. Okay, this guy's 59-2. He definitely has a nuke. He knows not to call it in. He knows not to. I could piss him off by calling it in. I'm not that type of person. And yo, if there's any devs watching this for some reason, can you please add the ticks? The ticks being gone are kind of annoying. This is such a slammage of a lobby. My teammates are so good. See, like the guy that's on my team, bro, he was on the other team every single time. Every single time, forever. Yeah, the enemies are backing out. I don't even care who joins. I just need a full lobby again, please. I already got the nuke, bro. Give me scump. Make it exciting. Maybe if I put away the chopper gunner. They're spawning middle map because we have both spawns, and they do need to capture some flags because this game is going to end somewhat fast. But we have another harp up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we have another harp. Teammates are like, fuck the flag, we don't care about this at all. One thing I've noticed is that in this, ever since the update, lobbies take a long time to fill up. Like a very, there we go. Wait, it's filling up. It's filling up. See, I think we're just all super horny for the, oh yeah, come on. Let him capture it. Let him capture. There we go. Perfect. There we go. And now we go over here, and then we just miss every single shot and we spawn trap. See, I just miss a lot. to then just make it more relatable. I'm saying my teammate's gonna call in the nuke at 190. I'll probably call it in at like 190. I feel like 190 is valid. If you call it in at like 180, that's kind of crazy. Dude, we had that. I should have went for the guy that was out there. I just thought I could maybe slip by. Let's call it the, you know what? Let's do the hand cannon. I think the hand cannon's a little bit more fun to watch. We're flipping. Ring around Rosie, just back and forth the entire game. Headshots on headshots, and we just keep going back. You know, the hand cannon reminds me of the longbow from Modern Warfare 3. Bro, that's one thing that this game is missing. It's like a one-shot weapon like the longbow. Or remember it was like the Bass B. You could turn it into like a like a lever action gun. Bro, that was crazy. That was a super fun gun. Spam out these shots real quick. Make sure our teammate can't get these kills. Oh, he's gonna die from him in spawn. That's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Guys, 170. We don't need to call it in right now. We don't need to call it in right now, but we got the nuke. We got the nuke though. 90 and 7, 94 and 4. Give me the AMAX. I'll go 95 and 3. There we go. I hope you guys did enjoy an absolute slammage of a game. Let's go.